In this episode, I'll focus on what I thought is a love-hate relationship, the cut kick. The reason is, I really don't think cut kick looks all that good, but it's absolutely essential when it comes to modern style Taekwondo sparring. Welcome to the 6th episode of the show Taekwondo. Now before we start, I do want you to pardon my look today. I just didn't have a chance to clean up myself due to the current pandemic, and that's why I don't even have my uniform on. Now, the objective of this channel is still the same, and that is to focus on, as an average Taekwondo person, as an adult, how you can improve your skill despite all the physical limitations that we have, as long as you have the hearts to improve, to do better in martial art. Now, today we want to talk about cut kick. And cut kick is a variation of side kick. You can kick either with the front leg or the back leg, but most commonly you kick with the front leg. I think one of the key differences, instead of kicking with the blade of the foot, you kick with the front of the foot. Right? Now, a lot of people might think cut kick doesn't have a whole lot of power. They compare it to the jab in boxing, which is kind of true, but I think cut kick can definitely generate power too. Now look at UFC champion Zhang Weili, right? She does a lot of cut kick in her fight, and she does it very effectively and beautifully too. In Taekwondo, you can do cut kick with a lot of variation. You can do combo kicks, or you can use it to set up for different kicks. You can use it offensively and defensively as well. And that's why even though it doesn't look all that good, but it's very important to add it into your arsenal. And that's why I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so that you are in tune with all of my upcoming videos so that you won't miss out. Like all of my other average show videos, let me show you how my cut kick initially looks like. Then I'll have my kids demonstrate how that should be done. It has helped me in multiple video creation, critiquing my moves, my kicks. And like I said, Phoenix has competed in multiple national level competition, both AAU and USAT. And one thing I feel really impressive with Phoenix is he does both poomsae and sparring, which is pretty rare for a lot of competitors because you try to stay away from being injured, you focus on one discipline. So Phoenix is actually pretty good in both disciplines, so that's why, like I said, it's very impressive. So Phoenix, why don't you tell us a little bit more about why cut kick is so useful in today's sparring?
I use it a lot, and personally I think, and I also think that many opponents, many people in Taekwondo that do spar now in modern day also use it for many reasons. Personally, I use it as a way to get into my opponent's or my kicking range, so I can begin comboing, cut and then go to the head or whatever. Not only that, but it's also another way for me to score points. So if I land a really solid cut kick right on the side of the hogu, then that's another way to score points. Not a lot, but it's also solid one is a good one. So then you create distance between you and your opponent. It's not only attack, but it's also a pretty good defensive kick because of its ability to cancel your opponent's cut kick. If you want to create space or reset, then just cancel and just move back.
Great, I think that's great insight for a lot of people watching this. Now, Phoenix, so why do you think cut kick is so advantageous compared to traditional sparring?
Yeah, so the cut kick is actually pretty advantageous over the traditional high power kicks. And one of the reasons why is because cut kick is right in front of you. So if you want to kick, then you just go right into your target. But as compared to, say, the roundhouse kick, you have to go all the way around, right? You have to go around big radius. But say if your opponent tries to do that, then you can just aim right into it. And if they also try to do the back kick or the back hook kick, then you just hit them right in the back, and maybe they'll lose balance, and that's another way to score maybe a point. But the cut kick, it's also much easier to score to the head, because as a cut kick, you're usually scoring around this kind of area, your hip area. So if you kick and you want to go to the head, you only need to travel from here to there. Rather, if it's like a round distance for the head, you have to go all the way from here and then travel all the way up. And that's long. There's a slow, their hand can just push it down. So yeah, there's many. It's a very nice thing.
Now we know why cut kick's been so dominant in modern style sparring. So Phoenix, why don't you show us how to do cut kick today, and together with a couple of combos that you can show our audience. So first thing I want to point about cut kick is it is different than a skipping side kick. A skipping side kick, you skip, then you kick, right? You've probably seen the very famous Bruce Lee movie that he skipped up with very powerful side kick, right? But cut kick is different. A skipping side kick is powerful, but you can only deliver one kick. But with cut kick, it allows you to chase your opponent down if you do decide to. So for example, if you hop and somehow your opponent back up, but you can keep on hopping. Exercise for this is you first chamber, then you hop, then you kick, right? So you chamber, you hop, and you kick. So let's do it a bit quicker. The second thing I want to point out is really general when it comes to sparring. It is my bad habit that my kids been trying to point out to me that I should be staying on the ball of the feet instead of staying flat, because being flat-footed, you become slow. It's especially important for cut kick because with cut kick you are on mobility most of the time, right? You are hopping and moving, and being flat-footed, it's hard to move. You can't really hop with a flat foot, right? So be conscious that stay in the ball of the feet. So that's something I need to work on. I know it drains energy quickly because you use a lot of energy on the calves and block. So train on the endurance, being conscious to stay in the tippy toe and go in and out, right? Go in and out, work on the footwork. I think that would help with the cut kick being more effective. The third thing I want to point out is one of the similarity between cut kick and side kick. Now, both of them, you emphasize the base foot being pointed to the opposite direction before you kick, especially when referring to the base leg, right? So for side kick, right, you start out with kicking position, you chamber, then you kick, but then your base foot you want to point towards the opposite direction so that you have a strong base. And if you impact with the opponent, your body won't get pushed back because your feet is pointing in the opposite direction, giving you a strong foundation, I would say. Now, the concept is the same for cut kick. You do want to have a strong base, especially when it comes to sparring. You may be sparring with a heavy opponent that you don't want to get pushed back, right? Now, another reason that you want your toes to be pointing to the opposite direction is you need that forward momentum, right? And the only way that you can go forward is you need your toe to be propelling forward, propelling your body forward. And that's why you want your base foot to be pointing opposite direction before you hop. So the exercise would be you start with your sparring stance, but before you move forward, you chamber, you move your base foot a bit, going to the opposite direction, then you hop. And that will help your body propel forward, because you don't want to hop in with a short distance that is not really effective. You want to be able to gain distance, right? And that's the only way is you have to point your toe towards the opposite direction so that you can use your entire quad muscle to propel your body forward, right? Another thing I want to point out about cut kick is you also want to chamber your leg. I mean, it's very similar to side kick, but you want to chamber your leg. And the purpose behind it is you want to use your front leg as a shield when it comes to sparring, right? opponent will be kicking against you, but the leg is up high, so it's much more difficult for the kick to you. So you lift your leg up, chamber up, and use it as a shield. But make sure that if you lift your leg up as a shield, you need to kick, or else you will get a point defect. Two things I've been working on when I was practicing my cut kick. One is to increase my range, which I consciously look at how far is halfway across the mat. The second thing is when I tap the opponent with my front leg, I would try to do a flick as fast as I can. Thanks again for watching this episode of Average Joe Taekwondo on cut kick. Cut kick is very important kick when it comes to Taekwondo sparring. So today we talked about a couple of things. We talked about cut kick is different than a skipping side kick. You want to hop and chamber, then you kick. And for the back foot, you want it to be pointed backwards so you get the power to propel the body forward. And also make sure you chamber your front leg so that you get power, you can use it as a shield. Now, if you like this video, make sure you click like, you subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so that you get all the upcoming videos that I'll be producing. Until then, I'm very excited to see you again next time. Bye now.